The SEC has dropped major altcoins such as Solana, Polygon Matic, and Cardano out of the Binance lawsuit. This is significant as it means the judge doesn't have to rule on if they are securities or not. And Russia is looking to legalize cryptocurrency for international payments. And the California DMV has put millions of card titles on the Avalanche blockchain. This is huge for AVAX. We're going to break it down and much more. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, we got some very big news. In fact, it's incredibly bullish for altcoins. Here's the headline. SEC intends to amend complaint against third-party tokens like Solana in the Binance case. So the SEC may be dropping its charges against so-called third-party tokens like Solana and Polygon's Matic and Cardano, which have been part of its case against Binance, according to a court filing early Tuesday morning. According to the filing, the SEC has already informed the defendants, Binance and affiliate entities, namely Binance.US and co-founder Changpeng Zhao, that it intends to seek leave to amend its complaint, including with respect to the third-party crypto asset securities, obviating the need for the court to issue a ruling as to the sufficiency of the allegations as to those tokens at this time. This is significant, folks, because it's not just this news alone. What have we seen over the past month? The SEC dropped its investigation against Ethereum. It approved the Ethereum spot ETF. It dropped its case against Stacks, the Bitcoin Layer 2 protocol, and it dropped its case against the Binance stablecoin BUSD, which was issued by Paxos. So something is changing here, and I think it's the political pressure that is mounting on Gary Gensler and the SEC. I mean, just this past weekend, you have a presidential candidate and former president calling for your firing. Obviously, Donald Trump said he would fire Gary Gensler in the first day. So if you as an agency has become so political, you're losing in courts and in the court of public opinion, the walls around you are falling down and the SEC is getting exposed. So let me give you some more details here. The issue of a third-party tokens came to head in a hearing on July 9th when attorneys for Binance said they interpreted Judge Amy Berman Jackson's June 28 ruling on Binance's motion to dismiss the SEC's case as moving third-party tokens out of the case. CoinDesk reported earlier the judge made it clear that this was not her intention. Third-party tokens are digital assets by various companies apart from Binance that were listed by the crypto exchange. The 10 tokens named in the complaint are Solana, Cardano, Matic, Filecoin, Atom, which is Cosmos, Sand, Mana, Algorand, and AXS, and Cody. The SEC alleged these tokens are unregistered securities. Now, guys, this is not 100% confirmed, but it looks like it's going to be that. But we have to wait. You never know what scumbag regulator Gary Gensler has up his sleeve. So we can't trust him at all. We have to try to kick him out of office and rein in the SEC. And that's why Congress is working on regulations to make sure there's a balance between the CFTC and SEC, because the SEC has become corrupt at its core. Clearly, it's become political. And I agree with Congressman Warren Davidson's bill where it looks to restructure the SEC to make it less political. Now, this is certainly part of a bigger government problem of these agencies have gone rogue and they've become too powerful. So they have to be reined in, and the SEC is obviously out of control, guys. So we are definitely seeing some capitulation here by the SEC, and this would be extremely positive for the crypto industry. But it also goes back to show that there's just mass confusion here with the SEC and what they want to do and what they don't want to do, and they backtrack and they lie, and it's just a mess. And this is why I call Gary Gensler a scumbag. Now here, Matthew Siegel highlighted something specifically for Solana. He said that, look, Solana and Matic and these others would not be, the judge wouldn't have to rule that they're securities or not, but he says this may be bullish for the Solana ETF prospects because there are Solana ETFs being filed right now, and VanEck is one of the filers. So we'll see. There's other layers to getting an ETF, such as having a futures markets, but having this type of ruling where it's removed, where the token is removed from a lawsuit where it can't be judged as though it's a security or not, is a good thing. Now, there are other cases, Coinbase, Kraken, and so forth. So let's see how they use this type of activity, or this, whatever outcome this leads to in their case, and maybe the SEC pulls the tokens from their respective cases as well. I don't know the exact details of what's going to happen there. I'll try to get a legal expert on the podcast to talk about it, but nevertheless, this is very interesting. Now, different folks within the industry weighed in. First, Brad Garlinghouse says, more evidence of SEC hypocrisy. Gary Gensler testifies the rules are clear, yet his SEC can't figure them out and applies them haphazardly, festering more industry confusion, a political agenda, and or bad faith litigation tactics. Definitely not a faithful allegiance to the law. He's spot on. Stuart Alderati at Ripple also weighed in saying, when a judge signals BS on the SEC's claim that 10 tokens on Binance are securities, the SEC says, never mind, but these tokens are left out to dry in the Coinbase suit. This is not how to regulate. So what a mess, guys, right? This is just embarrassing at this point. I wouldn't even want to work at the SEC with all this nonsense going on. Tyler Winklevoss weighed in saying, all of a sudden, the SEC is no longer trying to classify 10 tokens, so he mentioned the ones that are listed, Solana, ADA, and so forth, as securities. They're amending their case against Binance US to remove this allegation so the court won't rule on it. Thank you, Donald Trump. So he tagged Donald Trump. He's giving Donald Trump the credit here. I think it's more than Donald Trump, but Donald Trump is a big part of it. And once again, I referenced that Donald Trump called for the firing of Gary Gensler at the Bitcoin conference. Now, speaking of that, part of the political pressure, guys, is that the Democrats are feeling the pain. It's being confirmed here by Eleanor Terra to Fox Business that Donald Trump raised $25 million at the Bitcoin conference. It's a lot of money, guys, just to show up for a few hours for the conference, right? And this is because the crypto industry sees the Democrats as anti-crypto. We have yet to hear from Kamala Harris. And look, I know she just took the whole position of being the Democrat candidate for the election, but this is something she needs to talk about soon enough, because $200 million has been raised by Fairshake. It is the largest super PAC in this election cycle, and it's a crypto super PAC. We better hear something soon. And I'm not trying to say I want Kamala Harris to be president or Donald Trump to be president, but rather I want crypto to be presented as nonpartisan. It shouldn't be a Democrat issue. It shouldn't be a Republican issue. We know Elizabeth Warren is the one who started all this nonsense with her anti-crypto army bullshit, but we need to fix this. So my goal is to get the Democrats to get on the same page as Republicans, be educated and understand this shouldn't be an election issue. There's many other issues out there that people can vote on, but crypto shouldn't be one. But hey, if the Democrats want to drop the ball here, they're going to get destroyed. I'm telling you, destroyed in the elections, because the money talks, guys. And I've seen it time and time again. And crypto, as I stated, has the largest super PAC. So Kamala Harris, you better hurry up here. Now, guys, some very bullish altcoin news. Many of you know I hold AVAX in my portfolio. AVAX is the native token of the Avalanche blockchain. I'm bullish on this blockchain. It's a smart contract blockchain. It's a competitor to Solana and Ethereum. It's in the top 10, or, it bounces in and out of the top 10. It's getting a ton of adoption. I've interviewed John Wu of Ava Labs on the podcast a couple of times. I'm planning to have him on to talk about this news. But here, Avalanche announced that the California DMV is launching its own chain on Avalanche to modernize the vehicle title transfer experience for California's 39 million plus residents. Folks, this is real world adoption. This is what you want to see when you are investing in these different projects. Are they getting real world adoption from businesses and companies and retail and governments, whether it's on the federal or state level? This is on the state level, obviously. Folks, this is incredible. California is a huge state. There's a lot of people that live there, a lot of people that own vehicles. And here, John Wu says they have digitized 42 million titles on the Avalanche blockchain. He says this is a significant leap forward in modernizing public records and enhancing efficiency for all. Wow. Incredible stuff. He says the title transfers are expected to drop from 15 days to just a few minutes, making life easier for many Californians. This advancement will simplify a previously lengthy and tedious process. And that's the point of this technology, folks. It will change the way we do business and transactions and so forth. It will speed things up. It'll provide more transparency and trust. It will eliminate all the hodgepodge of middlemen and all this process and all that. It will speed it up and put it all into digital format. And obviously, it will help prevent fraud and loss of paperwork and all that because it will all be on the blockchain. So if you are ever still on the fence of like, is this legit? Is this technology? Can I actually use it? Yes, you will be. And a lot of the use cases are still being built. And even though the use cases are there, the on-ramps to allow the mom and pop, average Jane and Joe to get on board, those are still being built. And it has to be easy for folks. So we're getting there. This technology is still nascent. We haven't hit adoption of 1 billion people yet. So, but we're getting there, guys. And this is a clear example and really, really bullish. Now, a great place that you can invest in Avalanche or AVAX and Solana and Cardano and all the big altcoins is on Uphold. Uphold has 260 plus cryptocurrencies. They're available in over 150 countries. You can also trade precious metals on this platform like gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. I've been using Uphold since 2018, so I can vouch for this platform. I've interviewed the CEO and many representatives. Best of all, they are fully reserved. They have full transparency reports that you can go review. And they don't commingle or lend out your funds, guys. So I can definitely recommend this platform. And if you'd like to learn more, visit the link in the description. Now, guys, we got big news coming out, and it's being reported by mainstream media like CNBC, Bloomberg, and so forth. Russia considers legalizing crypto for global payments as it faces ongoing sanctions. So we are seeing crypto being adopted on multiple levels, whether it's for payment or tokenization or digitizing things. So it's incredible what's happening. The lower house of the Russian parliament will consider a law that permits making international payments via cryptocurrencies, Russia's central bank governor Elvira Nabiullina said Tuesday. Russia's central bank is also itself looking to move money across borders using crypto before the end of 2024. Big news here. Let's move ahead. We got some big capital raises here in the crypto market. NFT startup Mintify raises $3.4 million in additional funding. I've often stated if you're an entrepreneur, you got an idea, now's the time to go pitch it to these VCs and investment firms. You might get some money here, guys, to build out your project. Obviously, you can come work in the crypto industry as well. It's like starting to work at the .com companies in the early 90s, right? Or the mid 90s. We're seeing growth. We're seeing adoption. We're seeing a lot of building, a lot of investment. So the NFT startup Mintify raised $3.4 million from Arca, Cumberland, Salion, and other participants. Mintify is building infrastructure for an NFT order book for gaming, art, and real-world asset markets. Here, Web3 AI firm Hyperbolic raises $7 million in seed funding. Polychain Capital and Lightspeed Fraction led a $7 million seed round in the Web3 AI cloud startup Hyperbolic. Hyperbolic aims to reduce the resources spent on AI computing by aggregating GPU computing power. The firm uses blockchain technology to ensure its network runs in a secure and authentic manner. So we are seeing a lot of different projects coming up now with AI integrated. And I've often stated that AI and blockchain have a symbiotic relationship. They help each other out and they support each other. So for example, AI can be put on different blockchains to enhance the blockchain attributes and to speed up transactions and to eliminate any type of bottleneck and so forth, right? It can help things process faster. And on the flip side of that, blockchain will be used to verify AI content and different things with AI because we see that AI can be manipulated to create fake content, deepfakes, and all that, right? So blockchain is a solution to help improve the verifiability of these things. So in your investment, as you look at both AI stocks and crypto and AI crypto and so forth, keep these things in mind so you know what to look for. And obviously there's other use cases and other things happening around AI, but specifically for AI blockchains, I'm invested in Fetch.ai and Render. There's others like Near and Tau and so forth. But this is certainly a big opportunity that's on the rise here. And AI tokens have been really doing well this market cycle. It's one of the big narratives in addition to ETFs. And I'm glad I took the bet on FET and Render, and those have paid off well for me. Web3 restaurant app Blackbird launches new payments platform Blackbird Pay. So this is interesting. Blackbird Labs, the firm building out Web3 restaurant app Blackbird, launch a new platform. Blackbird Pay is a payment and check settlement network for restaurants. So see, folks, the real world adoption. I gave two examples here in this podcast. One with vehicle titles, the state of California putting on the blockchain. Now you have payment and check settlement network for restaurants. So let me give you some more details here on what the problem Blackbird is trying to solve. In the last decade, we've seen great advances in restaurant technology, but we have made virtually no progress with payments, which tend to be expensive, cumbersome, and technologically opaque for most restaurants, said Ben Leventhal, founder and CEO of Blackbird, in a statement. Blackbird Pay changes all of that, and we're excited to partner with the restaurant industry to forge a new path forward. Blackbird previously raised $24 million in a Series A funding led by Andreessen Horowitz in October 2023, and a whole bunch of other folks invested. So, guys, I hope you see what's happening here. The application of blockchain and crypto in different industries. This is the future, and tokenization is a big part of that. And that's why BlackRock and all these big folks like Franklin Templeton and so forth are all here doing this, guys. They're not here for fun. They're here to make sure they don't get disrupted and they stay ahead of the curve, and they make money, of course. They're in the business of making money. And part of that is being early and grabbing up the market share and getting the customers, right, guys? Because technology will continue to progress, and we are at the dawn of the next industrial revolution with robotics, crypto, blockchain, AI, EV, space exploration, and what Elon is doing. I hope you guys see what's happening here and you don't miss it, and you look for the opportunities. And some of you may say, well, how do I invest in space exploration? Well, that is on the stock side. So I do hold some stocks as well, in addition to crypto. I'm looking to make as much of a return as possible. And technology, the technology sector, which includes crypto, will be one of the biggest as we proceed, because technology is going to be a big part of our life and society and economy. I think we're already starting to see the disruption with AI and robotics and so forth. So, guys, the next 30 to 50 years are going to be wild. If you really think about it, how fast we're moving, all the advancements and so forth. And this is why you want to place your bets. Obviously, invest wisely, understand the market cycles. Don't buy the top with the dumb money crowd. Obviously, right? That goes with the stock market and crypto. I hope if you've been a subscriber to this, a listener of this podcast, I've helped you to see that and not listen to Jim Cramer or watch financial TV, but go look at the charts yourself. Watch what they do, not what they say. Where are they putting their money and so forth, right, guys? What's going on in the macro? What's the Fed doing? When is easy money returning and quantitative easing and so forth? Because the economies are all boom and bust cycles with the debasement of fiat currencies. And this week, we're going to hear from Fed Chair Jerome Powell, of course. And as I said in yesterday's podcast, I believe they're going to signal that they're going to start cutting rates maybe in September or Q4, and the markets are going to rally. And, maybe we see the blow off top this year. I don't know, or early next year. But just be prepared to take your profits, have a plan, and know that the bull market doesn't last forever. This is why you take profits off the table. Now, if you don't need the money and you're like, you know what, I'm holding for the next 5-10 years, whatever, then that's perfectly fine as well. I've often stated there's some crypto I'm never selling, some Bitcoin, like specifically, I'm leaving for my daughter and things like that. So it's based on your financial situations and needs. But for me, I got to take some profits. I want to eliminate more debt. I want to spend some of that money, of course, upgrade my lifestyle, and I want to reinvest it. So I'm growing the pot, so to speak. I've told you guys, when the bloody bear market comes, I'm taking some of those profits, buying the bloody bear market, both for stocks and crypto. Obviously, I'm more heavily allocated to crypto, and then rinse and repeat and squeeze as much juice out of this market orange as possible. So I hope you guys understand my approach, and let me know what you think about this news. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter on Substack, where I put out a lot of crypto news, insights, and so forth. Also, don't forget to check out our merch store, where we got Fire Gary Gensler t-shirts and hats, as well as Thinking Crypto podcast t-shirts and hats. Grab a copy of my book, guys, to support the podcast. It's available in paperback and digital on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnobles.com as well. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. It would really help me out and support the podcast. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.